I'm Kimberell, can't you tell? Lord, I'm Kimberell, can't you tell? Anyway, I had to do that. I just saw everybody singing that Kimberell thing that not Carlton Banks did. I'm Kimberell, can't you tell? Anyway, what's up, what's up, what's up? So let me see what you all are saying here. Good morning, Annie. How you doing? Good morning, Miss Virginia. Good morning, CDP. Come on, CDP. Yes. What's up, Divine? Starlight Mess yourself. Man, people are saying ODS may be planning to interview the hotel, this heat room. Okay, y'all, I'm back. My internet is acting real janky right now, real janky. But so Ness and Brianna and Pete are at it. So uh, ODS hangs with Brianna and those people. So Brianna and Pizza. So it's on and popping. So the interview is really for spite. That's it. It's for spite. It is what it is. For embarrassment, all of those things. It is what it is. But I'm gonna decide. I dissect this interview because I think it's really interesting and I think we can learn something from it. Give me a minute, y'all. I'm at the McDonald's. Ooh, Lord Jesus, it's funny, funny. Lord have mercy. Oh my God, I'm Kim Burrell. Can't you tell? Hold on, y'all. All right, okay, y'all. Good morning, you all. I am actually at this McDonald's. Get my coffee. Give me a minute. All right, you all. I'm gonna get to where I'm going. Give me a couple of minutes. Okay. I'm Kim Burrell. Can't you tell? Anyway, I am back, y'all. I am gonna take my time. I'm just trying to get my little coffee on. So this, to me, the interview was born out of spite, a get back. You hang with Brianna and pizza. I don't like Brianna and pizza, so I'm gonna interview somebody to embarrass you again. Good morning. How are you doing? Good. Thank you. You too. Thank you. So that's what the deal is. Can I tell you all, looking at that interview, no one gets off hurt or don't look bad, or it's a mess. It's a mess. Now, everybody knows what Ness is doing. Everybody knows that Ness did this because it's gonna embarrass. I'm gonna get my lick back, and I'm gonna get you ODS. Now, ODS can interview this heat and all of this stuff, because again, there are decisions and choices people make. Number one, let's start with Rico, because I'm gonna break it down. What's up, D Miss O? Let me start with Rico. Rico, why you even went to Virginia is a read. You went to Virginia to meet a dude off of BGC. Um, and the thing is, even though you were talking to this dude for a long time on BGC, you didn't know a lot about him. You try to make it sound like y'all have known each other for years and stuff. Well, you all corresponded because if you knew him, you knew you were gonna have really a place to stay and take a bath. Now, Rico, I know you're gonna be upset, but this is why you need to focus on improving yourself and stay out of stuff like this. Because you will cry and say that people bothering you, people messing with you, because we know what you'll do. But see, you love this kind of stuff here. You love this mess. You love it until it comes back to you. Long as you making somebody feel some kind of way or getting your get back, you love it. But when it fires back, then you have a problem. Then you have a problem. Oh, Divine Starlight, give me a minute, baby. I can only do too many things at a time. I'll get that. Let me hold that button. Hold on, let me get my stuff. I'm trying to go somewhere. So that's my thoughts. Rico, you got two dogs in a cage. It don't look good. You take 4 steps forward only to take 8 steps back. You do stuff like that doesn't benefit you. It hurts you in the end. It doesn't benefit you. Instead of you saying, no, I'm not going to do this interview because that's gone, it's past, let me move on. But no, Rico, because you're hurt and you want to hurt other people. Now, ODS ain't immune to this, but I'm just saying your part. You think people are better than you, or you perceive it that way. You think that these men are high and mighty and something and da 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 da, but then they always trying to sleep with you. You know, it's always that, and that's why I don't bother Rico. That's why I say Rico could be in San Antonio. He could be a second from my house. I'll call AAA to help him out. $2 in one cage, baby. So you got a lot going on in your life, but you will take the time to do stuff like this, which is interesting. But again, Rico, you went to Virginia to meet a man who you said you've been talking to for a long time, but yet he didn't have a place to put you. Yet you couldn't shower. You were days without showering. And then finally, he snuck you into his grandmama's house. And something about y'all breaking into houses. Now, he ain't have a key. You ain't have a key. But y'all, he broke in the house so Rico could take a shower. Rico's dirty and all of this stuff. Yet they having some sex and folk dirty. See, that right there tell me you don't got good sense. You stuck in the country, hanging over a friend's house because he can't put you in a house. And then he act like you weren't even there. I'm just saying, Rico, it don't make no sense. And see, why you trying to make ODS look bad, you look bad for even going down to Virginia, no money, no plan, no rental car, in the country, walking. It don't make no sense. But you trying to make him look bad. You trying to make him look bad. But you don't understand. You look bad. When you hold somebody down in the ditch, you got to stay down there with them. See, y'all don't understand. When you hold somebody down in the ditch, you got to stay down there with them. And Rico, that's not a good look. Now, ODS, I don't have no beef with you. But you should have known that, baby, broken people cut. Them glass shards, baby, you put them in your feet, and you gonna bleed. You gonna bleed. So here come ODS, and see, ODS is giving wrong intention. I'm trying to look good, but my intent is somewhere else. I got excited for Rico, not because I want to help him. Hmm. And I remember that. I remember that. And people was really concerned. But you took advantage of the situation. You knew this man had very few options, and you went on down there, and it seemed real good, right? Real good. I'm here to help you. I'm here to save you. But then, can I see your stuff? Can I look at your stuff? And then the next thing you know, the man said, you gobbling all up on that, and it was dirty. Ooh, that's so nasty. It was dirty. Baby, it's a mess. Bad decisions. Bad decisions. It's a mess. Bad decisions. Bad decisions. And you know, and the sad part about it is Rico is partially right because when you don't have no choices, you are beholden to what comes your way. Mr. Raymond, the same thing. Mr. Raymond was trying to help Rico, but was eating them groceries in the bag. I'm like, y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. And you don't understand, Rico. Not only did you look bad, ODS. I mean, not only did you try to make ODS look bad, but you looking bad in the process. You looking bad in the process. Because truth be told, quiet be kept, Ness don't like you either. And I know that's hard to swallow, but she don't. Because she's painting a narrative. And even if ODS go talk to this heat and all of that stuff, we know what it's about. And we know the story, but it just resurfaces again. And it's a mess. I ain't complaining. Can I tell y'all I'm not complaining? Can I tell y'all I'm just giving my opinion of what I saw? See, y'all got to understand. I'm giving you an opinion of what I saw. And it's tragic on both ends. You have somebody who is vindictive. Oh, okay, you said not me. Okay, then. You have somebody who is vindictive, who's mad at a group of people. I'm going to use this person because I know this person dealt with a person that these two people like. So I'm going to get back. So I'm using you to go and rehash this story to make all of y'all look nasty and depraved. I mean, It was a lot of hygiene issues in this story. It was a lot of I don't have no money in this story. It's a lot of climbing through windows and hunching in trucks and sucking in cars and it's a mess. My God, today it's a mess. And this is why nobody don't help Rico. Because, baby, it's like, well, if I help him, I don't want to be accused and it's sad. Oh, my God, but it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. And so, Rico, you did your big one. You did your big one to make ODS look nasty. You say he wasn't your type and all of that stuff. But, Rico, really? Really? You went down to a place where this joker pretty much ignored you and had you being homeless. Baby, you was couch surfing. You ain't had no place to put you. You were bathing intermittently. You smelling like skunk, and you think that's cute. Oh no, it has a lot to do with all of it. Even if they do have their own beef, it still has a lot to do with it. It has a lot to do with it. I'm Kim Burrell, can't you tell? It has a lot to do with it. But I'm just saying, ODS, you know that boy, anytime he can entrap y'all, but then it ain't entrapping. Y'all went there, y'all be doing stuff with the wrong motive. Y'all be trying to look benevolent, and then truth be told, quiet be kept, y'all trying to take advantage of the situation. Because you think that's a free meal. This is real easy, but see, you pay for it in the end. That hoe is like freeway. You got to pay to get on, and you got to pay to get off. You had to pay to get gas to go get her, and now you're paying right now because you done did what you did, and she telling it. And you mad because she telling it, but she telling it. She ain't no better because she ain't had no car. She ain't had no car, all up in the wilderness without no car, don't know nobody, taking a shower over somebody's granny house, breaking in a window. What the hell? Baby, these adventures I have never, baby, yeah, yeah. And this is the thing. Rico, what you still doing? What you doing now? What are you doing now? Somebody, let me read this. Somebody said Pastor Brian admitted to on Trish panel, trademark fortune in him. Oh, they was playing the hookup. Brian and trademark fortune. Okay. Okay. Brian and trademark fortune supposed to hook up. Mm. Right. Okay, let me move on. I ain't even see y'all stuff. Let me read these comments. Let me see y'all comments. Okay. Hold on for a minute. Keeping your head above water, making the way that you can. Good morning, Hershey. Hey, Annie. I'm reading y'all comments. Two dogs in the cage, baby. Good morning. Just popped in a minute. S on Rico is still allowed that dog. Yes, it is bad looking two dogs. Yep. Yep. You're talking about that dog. OJ, other day I went to YouTube panel. She was cussing you out. Girl, they mad. I don't know why. Tell her this. I'm Kim Burrell. Can't you tell? If you don't like me, go to hell. I'm Kim Burrell. Can't you tell? Tell her that. I'm reading y'all comments. I'm reading y'all comments. All I'm going to say is all of this stuff is strategic. All of this stuff is for a reason. And I'm here for it. I'm here for the shenanigans. I'm here for the shenanigans. Hold on, read y'all comments. All Rico do tell the truth. Well, I believe he was telling the truth, but he don't look good in it either. All of them looking like skeezers. Anyway, moving right along. I'm Kim Burrell, can't you tell? Ness had an ulterior motive. So, of course. She better move along now, cause okay, Lord Jesus. Okay, I think I'm almost caught up. So y'all say that Brian was trying to meet with Trademark Fortune. He admitted it. Now he gonna get mad at that because y'all talking about it. But tell him, I'm Kim Burrell. Can't you tell? Maybe that Kim Burrell thing got me rolling. Okay, and I've seen it, but yeah. I think I'm getting tired of going along. Yep, Annie, it's a mess, but it's what they give it. Okay, let me read y'all comments. I don't need to see no clear past the live. This is a endless stream of using storylines. ODS Live, listen to both of you. Okay. I'm Kim Burrell, can't you tell? I'm reading these comments. I have not seen Room Shaker in a good minute, y'all. I gotta go on down. Okay, I'm giving you the link. Hold on. All right. So let me say this though. Let me give y'all some comparisons, and I ain't trying to be messy, but I'm gonna give y'all some comparisons. Number one, Ness and this Heat mutually agreed to me. Number two, I think that this Heat like Ness. I really think that this Heat really like Ness. Oh my God, I don't even want to hear that. That's so nasty. That is so nasty. Ooh, that's nasty. That's nasty. And Brian told y'all that. Is that why Trademark Fortune have an issue with him now? Is that why Trademark Fortune has an issue with him now? But let me say this again. Ness and this Heat agreed to me. They knew what the deal was. But you went and rolled over there to get that boy. You rolled over there to get that boy for benevolent purposes, and it turned out to be sexual in nature. And Rico, baby, it's a mess. 'Cause people say everybody was taking. Well, it's not this not taking baths. What's up with this hygiene thing? It seems like people got hygiene issues. What's up with this hygiene mess? Seems like
Oh,
nobody ain't taking a bath. Nobody ain't taking no bath.
I don't. Maybe they got eczema real bad, Pastor.
but none of it comes out good. See what I'm saying? Everybody come out looking crazy. And
Trademark Fortune
ODS,
kind of nasty, Pastor. I ain't know Trademark Fortune was that nasty, putting stuff on the hardwood floors.
baby, but look who he was sending it to, and see what happens. And again, you see what happens on Mad Day. You see what happened on Mad Day? I didn't know that Brian and Trademark Fortune was even talking behind the scenes. But you know, Trademark Fortune do kind of remind me of Billy a little bit. So you know, Brian be liking them Billy kind of people. So, but I heard that he said that Trademark Fortune sent him a nasty video, and they were supposed to meet up. You know anything about that?
Oh no, I don't know nothing about that. I just learned about it today. But he supposed to be going to Virginia under opening Aunt Brian. Brian.
I'm just trying to find out Brian and Trademark Fortune. And see, let me tell you something, baby. Them secrets be coming out. See, see that? Trademark Fortune ain't even holler on here that much, but because he done hooked up or done started talking to Big Baby, okay, Big and Tender is having one of his moments, and you see what happened? Now, according to Divine Light, they were supposed to meet up.
Oh, so was he gonna dip up to New
Trademark
York when he went to
starting to jump in.
Virginia?
Yeah, yeah, they were supposed to meet up.
Oh, do tell.
Trademark Fortune. And Trademark is. Can I say this, y'all? Trademark be caught up in mess too. You know, Trademark was caught up in that Rico mess with King Roman. You
No, there's
remember
been
that?
other. It's been other situations with Rico besides King Roman. He been caught up in. Trademark. Act like he had good intentions and Sunday dinners and food and plates for Rico too, but had ulterior motives.
And then when people say gays are predatory, y'all be doing predatory shit. Hold on, let me park, baby, because I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to go off in a few minutes. Hold on, Demons. Oh, I'm getting ready to go off. I'm sitting up here at this light, but I'm getting ready to go off in a few minutes. Hold on for a minute. Hold on, I'm getting ready. Go off. Let me get to my parking space. I'm Kimberell, can't you tell? Anyway, let me get to my parking space. All right, hold on.
Right.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Pastor, look at Lady Dimple's wall. Baby, I'm going over there. Let me go on over there. Child, it's so much going on in these streets. Hold on, Demons. Oh, I'm trying to park. I'm trying to park, baby. I'm trying to park.
The people losing their mind, Pastor, in the streets. All this predatory behavior.
We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. We are going to talk about this. We're going to talk about it.
Trademark. I'm disappointed in
Honey,
you,
it's
Trademark. They
trade
say you a
wars,
good
honey.
cook.
So somebody said it's trade wars, honey. God, they said it's trade wars. My God, today. Let me see what's going on. Is Rico not the common denominator? We're gonna talk about that. Hold on, Miss Demons. Oh, let me go over there to Lady Dimple's channel and see what's going on.
Okay. They talking about the common denominator. All right, y'all. Be easy, child. Don't do too much. No, I'm just playing with y'all. Rico can handle his own. He'll be over here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 if he don't like what's said. But I was talking about Trademark Fortune. I've been weary of him ever since them Sunday dinners. And it's just like, imagine being somebody who it feels like people always want something, I guess, from you, whatever. And then Trademark come across as a good guy and coming in there on the bullshit. And then he was in that other storyline. And he was acting all surprised when they called his name out about them allegations, child. I'm like, I can't. I cannot. Let's see. Oh yeah, I had went over there a second ago. I was bouncing between. I was trying to come talk to Pastor. I ain't talked to Pastor in days. He been up here with the boys. I've been giving them their time, cause you gotta give them their time. That's how come me and Tommy in a better place. We gotta understand it. Tommy be wanting his online time with his daddy.
Wow. Wow.
What happened?
Look at you just running with your own narrative. You don't know anything about me. Let me tell you something, Trademark. You better leave these messy punks alone because they will put you out there. Now, see, again, your you acting like YouTube camera. Your focus
It's the wrong person. Your focus should be Brian. Brian is saying that you sending him skeet photos and y'all supposed to be meeting together. Okay, so again, trademark. Y'all focus on the wrong person. But see, I never came out to say that you skeeted on the ground and you supposed to be meeting Brian. Brian said that, but then y'all get mad because we see what the person done said, and then y'all get pissed off. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. It ain't no friends on YouTube. And honey, these hoes will out you if they can get a click in a view. And trademark, you about my age. You know these sissies will put you out. Now don't be getting mad at me, Unc. Don't be getting mad at me. You need to be getting mad at the person who you sent that video to, putting your seed on the ground. I heard boots on the ground, but I ain't never heard seeds on the ground. But that's who you need to be get mad with, trademark. That's who you should be getting mad with. And then you talk to Rico on the phone. So don't be getting mad at me. You need to be getting mad at Brian.
I think he
Because he the
mad me,
one.
Pastor, not you, for what I said.
Oh, okay then. I just want to make sure because I didn't even know all of this stuff. Trademark, I thought you was all quiet in the cut. I ain't know all of this.
But then he
Oh my
came in,
God.
but he need to read about a little bit and hear the whole little story because we all had our opinions. But see, that's what they do. They come take it out on one person. But that's okay because I
Y'all
can
need to
get my
start going to the
microphone.
source. Go
My
to the
microphone.
source. Go to the source. It's like YouTube camera. Girl, go to Donna Goins. Don't come to me. Go to the source. That's all. I don't have a problem with trademark. But go to the source. And y'all gonna get enough. Let me say this, y'all. I really do think Rico wants to be a good person, but Rico has been passed around and used so much that it's something that I want to get back at people who done hurt me. And I'm gonna get back at the people who done hurt me. And Rico, until he goes and gets some help, and get some psychological help, that's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be. I mean, for the mere fact that somebody asked him to take his privates out of his pants and he did it, I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? To even oblige and do that, that means you used to that. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Thank you.
So look, let me say a little something.
Go ahead, Trademark. We can't hear you. Is it me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? If you can hear me, put a 1.
He hit me up.
Okay. Trademark.
Yeah.
Something going on with your mic. Start back over because your mic is cutting out. So go back and start over because your mic cutting out.
Can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Look, check this out, right? Here, take this. Yeah. So check this out. So Brian, he had hit me up and said that he wanted to come to Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
And when he said he wanted to hit me up to come to Baltimore, I said, well, cool. If you come, you know what I mean, I'll show you around. I said, but look, I said, give me your phone number first. I said, because we need to communicate until you come. You can't tell me you want to come to Baltimore and then hit me up the day before you come and say, I'm on my way. I said, I need to talk. And anyway, I ain't know the nigga like that. So he put it out there, yeah, I'm going to come down there. I ain't trying to have sex or no shit like that. I said, well, brother, I don't even know what you look like. Because this was back in the day when he was called the songwriter extraordinaire, where he was funny.
Yeah, when he was funny. Okay.
When he used to be funny.
Uh-huh.
So this been all this. So anyway, so he called and we was like talking and all that on the phone. And he said he wasn't trying to have sex and he going to stay at a hotel. And I'm like, yo, that's all good. I don't even know what the hell you look like any motherfucking way. You know what I mean? At this time, I'm clout chasing.
Okay.
At this time, I'm clout chasing. So I'm like, all right, cool. I said, when you come down here, at the time, I was working on my part-time job. I was working at the stadium. I said, well, look, stay at the hotel near the stadium. And then we can, I can show you around downtown and all that. So then he started asking me questions about Rico. He said, I seen an interview what you did with Rico. Oh, I said, oh, all right. He said, what you and Rico do after? He said, what you and Rico do after the cameras went off? I said, what you mean what we do? Now, matter of fact, he texted me asking me all this shit. I didn't even answer him. So the next day he gonna hit me up and say, oh, you never answered my question about what you and Rico did. I said, nigga, I wasn't supposed to answer your question. Because that's none
Mm,
of your business.
mm,
He said, oh, I like that. His gorilla little coochie got wet because he was looking at it like, oh, damn, you don't run your mouth.
mm-hmm,
You see what I'm saying? Now,
mm-hmm,
mind. So we talking on the phone. So then he started talking about it's bad in Baltimore. You know, your homicide rate high as shit and all this type stuff. He said your homicide rate high, and I can't bring my gun down there. I said, what you gotta bring a gun with you for? Because I carry my gun everywhere I go. I said, look.
that sound like him.
I said, look. Do whatever you need to do. If you come, you come. If you don't, you don't. So then maybe, so he's supposed to claim on a Wednesday. Now,
Mm,
I told him that I was going to take off a couple of days so I can show him around because he wanted to stay about 4 or 5 days. I said, I take off 2 of those days. I called Rico. I said, Rico, the dude Brian wanted to meet us. So he didn't even know who the fuck he was. I had to tell him, yo, that's the funny dude. He's called himself the songwriter dude. So he was like, all right, I'll meet him. So
mm-hmm.
right before everything that happened, he calls me up and say, hey, I don't think I'm gonna be able to come. He said, what's your cash app? I said, what you want my cash app for? He said, because I know you said that you were gonna take off 2 days. I said, man, ain't nobody take off no goddamn days, and hung up. I'm too fucking sharp for that shit. I knew he was goofy then. And then far as the pic that I sent him, so the fuck what? Half the gay guys on this bitch, we didn't exchange pics. Yeah, I mean, that shit means something on here, but in the real world, niggas do that shit all the time. But I'm gonna tell you why I sent them a pic. The
Mm.
same pic, the same videos he always talking about. I'm dancing in my underwears. Was the same videos he was sharing. Was the same videos he left a comment. He left a comment saying something like, "Oh, that thing was getting ready to pop out your shorts." He said something to that effect. I said, "Well, let me," because I know I'm a thirst trap, and I know he wanted to see my dick.
Mm,
So I
mm,
showed it to him. And then
mm.
when he looked at it, he said, "Why are you saying this?" He said, "Ooh, your dick is just as big as Jaded Nerds and Rico." He said, "But I can't send you one." I said, "You good?" Because I didn't want one. I
Mm.
was giving you that for sharing my video and liking it. And I know you wanted to see that.
So trademark. So what you're trying to tell me is that he started off saying that I didn't want to meet you, but it's not for sex. But
And check
then,
this out. But look, check this out. Let me tell you how sharp a nigga is.
Pastor,
Because like
remember
you
how much he
say,
been talking about going to Baltimore
say it
go
again.
ahead.
in the harbor?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and look,
Trademark.
hold up and check this shit out. He said that shit just because he knew that it was a chance that I wouldn't like his big ugly ass.
Mm.
That's the only reason why he did that shit. Because now all of a sudden, and that's why I know for a motherfucking fact. When he was asked about what me and Rico did, and then when I ain't say nothing about the situation, he was like, oh, okay, oh, I like that. You don't run your mouth. But he wasn't coming anyway. And then I heard you, Jay Wilson, say, is that why I'm mad with him? You know I'm not mad with him. He started that shit with
Well,
me.
but I didn't know. Let me say this. This is why I'm glad that you came on, because there is 2 sides to every story,
And
trademark.
can I
And
finish
what
real
you
fast?
saying, some of the
Yeah.
stuff that you saying, see, like I said, some of the stuff that you're saying is resonating because people always start off with, I'm not trying to have no sex or not. But the thing is, to inquire about that, and then you
And look,
send him a
can I
pic.
finish, please?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, and another thing, he was on Trish chat. Look, check this. Here was some funny ass shit. I fell asleep listening to her, but for some reason I hit the pause button and I fell asleep. So when I woke up in the middle, like early this morning, I hit the button again, and the first thing I heard was my motherfucking name. Talking about I got videos of me masturbating in my motherfucking bathtub. The only reason why you know about my bathtub just as you, Jay Wilson, because
Because
you
you was
did a whole
on. You used to
video
do
about it.
that.
You did a whole video about me being in my bathtub. Because I did this little skit on Facebook.
Now, can I tell you all that Trademark was on for a while? Trademark is not new to the sector.
I've been here in the B sector before most of the OGs. I've been
Correct.
in here. I've been in here. I remember when Wally started giving it a fucking name. I always give Wally props on name.
Well, he
Always.
tried to give it a name, but he didn't give it the right name. But anyway, go
At
ahead.
first he called it Section 8 or something.
Yeah.
I've been around here since you. I remember when I first seen you. I've been around here for a long motherfucking time. I am part of the fucking beef sector.
So Trademark is about my age, and you know, Trademark would do videos of Tub, but then you'll see him getting dressed and he'll dance a little bit because Trademark dances. And you know, Trademark is about my age, so you know, we about my age. But I remember Trademark, and Trademark is pretty, you know.
But hold up, let me tell you how you messy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the first time Brian got mad with me is one time I was over there with On This Road. And they was going through that. And you was on the panel. Just the day they poem bombed it. Because I don't give a fuck with nobody say he had something to do with that shit. Brian.
Okay.
But I remember when we was on there and I agreed with something that you said. And from that point on, because he a fucking psychotic ass idiot, from that point on, fuck you, Mark. So you from B More dancing in the basement with your underwears on. I ain't no type of nigga that's gonna go back and forth and fuss with a motherfucker. And I'm in my mind like saying, nigga, ain't you the one who liked them? Ain't you the one who shared them? The reason why I sent you that fucking picture, because you wanted to see. Nigga, I know I'm a thirst trap. That's what I do. And I trapped your fucking ass. I had you mesmerized.
Don't he sound like Malik? Don't they sound like he do sound like Malik? He do sound like Malik. I know I was gonna say that, but you do sound like Malik. But that's that Baltimore accent. Go ahead, Trademark. You do sound like Malik.
But I was getting ready to say, I had that nigga mesmerized. I had him so mesmerized he was gonna come down this motherfucker.
So you felt that he didn't come down because he was a big boy, and he thought that you might have rejected him because he was big. Is that it?
At that time I didn't think that. I didn't think nothing like that. At this time I was thinking he wasn't coming down here because he can't bring his gun with him. You ain't bringing that gun nowhere. Because when I was hearing him talk about he was going to drive there to we went to the little Ness thing. I said he better drive because that's the only way he's going to bring his motherfucking gun with him.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? That's why the fuck he don't go nowhere. Because he ain't getting on no motherfucking plane. Because they ain't going to let him bring that gun with him.
Wow.
Or if they do let him go bring the gun with him, and like, here, you can't, we ain't got those laws like they got in Houston. You best to hide that shit. You see what I'm saying? So,
but this is the thing, Trademark.
He's telling all them fucking lies, talking about, and him and Rico was down in the basement doing an interview in their underwear. And I said, you know what?
But Trademark, do you see where it goes though? Because I'm gonna say this too, Trademark, and I'm not.
Here's the part though.
Go ahead.
I don't do nothing. I do nothing. Everything. I'm gonna check this out. How you say you're Aries? I'm a Taurus. There's nothing that I do that I don't think about or think about the repercussions or how this gonna work out. Motherfuckers don't even know I met Rico 4 times before we did the motherfucking interview. Y'all didn't know that though. Rico, because he's such a cool dude, he was always like, yo, Mark, you should get more, you should do an interview, you'll get more subscribers. He's always been like that with me. Always. That's why
I got a question though. So Trademark, knowing Rico's reputation, it seemed like every man who has helped Rico or did anything with Rico always wanted something from Rico. So you and Rico never had any
that's none
activity.
of your business. That's none of your business. I'm just like you. Remember, I'm your age. Do you tell your business? You're a
Oh,
Mm-mm,
student.
oh.
You see what
mm.
I'm saying?
No, but
You
I'm just
can't.
asking. But you know what? I'm gonna ask the questions. I mean, you
But no,
right, but I'm gonna ask the
I'm
question.
cool. You going to ask the questions and I'm going to answer them.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? You know what? I remember one time Lady's Dimples, I was listening to Lady, I like Lady Dimples. One time Lady Dimples said, because I'm friends with so many people on Instagram. People
Mm-hmm.
found me here and they're my friends on Instagram or Facebook. Because that's where I really do my thing at.
Okay.
And one time I heard Lady Dimples say this, she said, yeah, I know Mark freaky ass because I see him on fucking Instagram. I know he fucked him. And I said, you know what I said? I said, well, cool. You see what I'm saying? Think what you going to think. I'm just the type of nigga, I ain't going to tell you my motherfucking business. You can think
Mm-hmm.
what you want to think. If you think hard enough, you might think the right answer. You
All
feel
right.
me? So on the for real, ain't no talking about shit. You feel me? Because
I hear
people
you.
going to think what they going to think any goddamn way.
You're right.
So am I going to sit there and feed that shit and tell you my motherfucking business for y'all motherfucking excitement, for y'all monetization? Ain't nobody sending me a couple motherfucking dollars. Now, if you send me a couple dollars, I might talk.
All right. If you send him a couple of dollars, he might talk. What's your cash app? Put your
I don't
cash
do
app
Cash
in.
App. I do Zelle.
Oh, he does Zelle. Okay. Oh,
But
that means you
anyway,
gotta have
no,
people's
I'm
phone
just,
numbers.
listen, I'm just talking shit right now.
I got you.
Matter of fact,
But I will
check
say
this
this
out. Hey,
though. But
check
let me
this
say
out.
this though. Trademark, why I got you on. Let me say this.
Yeah.
This is why I say there are no friends on YouTube. This is why I keep emotions out of this. All of that, because again, what you're talking about now, people will be cool with you until Mad Day, and then all of this stuff. And hearing how they said that he was talking, it was like you were trying to get with him, and
Right.
you,
I was listening to that shit, but when I was listening to it, what y'all call it, I had the red ball back. They were way ahead of me. So when I went ahead and he wasn't on that shit, I knew you would talk about that shit.
oh
Soon as
yeah,
I
I was
turned
gonna
you
talk
on, the
about it.
first thing I heard you say was trademark. So, but hold up, I ain't never tell you about your messy ass, what you doing. And I
Well,
be
tell me
mad
about my
because
messy ass trademark. Tell me, please.
every time I say something in that chat, and Brian is on the panel, you make sure you highlight it because you know he going to say something. Now, when I called him an idiot, I didn't call him an idiot because he was going to get his brother or somebody to do some shit. I called him a fucking idiot because you just played all in his fucking head. You played all in his motherfucking head. And I'm like, what the fuck, you idiot? That's where the idiot came from.
But you
But
know what,
far as
trademark though now, but see, and I get that, and I see what you're saying, but I did not know. Again, because people talk so much.
yeah.
I did not know that you and Brian even had any correspondence
No,
until
but
today.
right, but check it. But here's the hit. I been was going to say something about it. I kept telling Rico, I said I should, give them because I always say y'all motherfucking storylines are getting dead, and
Mm,
y'all need a new story runner.
mm.
And I said if I feed them this information, boy, they can get about 2 weeks worth of shit.
I got a question for you. So why do you think that Brian would put this out there knowing that you hadn't said anything about
Anything.
this?
Look, here's the hit. Because the first thing I did, I called my boy Rico. I did because to see what the fuck he know. Before I even came to you. Before I came to you, the first thing I did was call Rico. I checked my Instagram because one thing I do like about the beef sector, anytime somebody mention my motherfucking name, it can be somebody I don't know. Well, send me a message on IG and let
Mm,
me know.
mm,
That's one thing I like about the beef sector.
mm,
So I started looking through. I said before I get on, and then when I was listening to him, he made it seem like I was trying to meet him.
mm, mm. Trademark, I think something happened to your mic. Who Jesus? Now I didn't know all of this. I didn't know all of this was gonna happen. But honey, trademark spoke. Don't he sound like Malik? Baby!
Him
This
and
sound
him and
like Malik.
Brian favor, Pastor.
Huh?
Him and Brian actually favor each other.
But now, so I'm gonna drop this link just in case Trademark Fortune wants to come back up. But baby, let me tell you something. See, see, Trademark sounds believable, and Trademark is about my age, and nobody ain't playing. Nobody ain't playing. Nobody ain't playing. Who is this? Oh, that's Lady Sparkles. What's up? What's up, everybody?
How you doing? Happy Sunday, everybody. This is some messy,
Hold
freaky
up, hold
shit.
up, hold up, hold up, Lady Sparkles. Trademark.
Yes.
So my thing is this. He reached out to you first. You didn't even reach out to him.
Fuck you. Only time I ever reached out to him first is when he first came aboard. I emailed him and said, "Boy, you funny as shit."
Mm,
That's the first time, and he didn't even respond back to that.
mm,
I used to do that with all the content creators. I remember, like when I first met James Caldwell, I emailed him to say,
mm,
"Hey, because I like the RuPaul Drag Race shit you do. I hope you get on." I would say little
mm,
stupid shit like that.
mm.
But like I said, it wasn't until he got caught up in the thirst trap. He got caught up in the trap, and he started sharing my videos and making little comments about Wody. And that's why I just sent him a picture. And then he gonna hit me back and say, I can't send you one back. And I'm like, I ain't even want one back. That was courtesy.
You see, if somebody would send me something like that, I'm like, okay, why are you sending me this? Because
I be,
again, I mean, I'm not saying that you did, but I'm just like, it
no,
would have been,
no.
yeah.
I told you I would never send nothing like that to you because me and you ain't like that. You
Mm.
ain't know my video saying, "Boy, it look like it's getting ready to jump out." I like that. You ain't saying stuff like that to me, and then I would never disrespect your relationship like that.
But this is the thing, Trademark. It's just funny how people do this. And I'm going to say this, you all. I would have never known this until this morning.
Because
Obviously,
there's a
Trademark
lot of
didn't put
stuff
this
you
out.
don't know.
What we don't know. What we don't know.
But
Because
you
you know
know,
what,
man,
Trademark, I do think a lot of people be hitting y'all up because of y'all videos, and if like they're provocative, they do that. And see, this is why I have a problem with a lot of these gay content creators, because unfortunately, there are a lot of thirst traps on YouTube, and they do hit people up. And I think people get the mindset that these gay men are thirst traps. So, we can do this. And everybody ain't a thirst trap. This is why I was telling somebody, everybody don't want what you got.
right? That's what I'm saying. But everybody don't want what I got. But if I know you do, I might oblige you.
Mm.
And here's the hit. Whereas though another reason why I would never talk about it, because this is YouTube. Say in real life, this conversation wouldn't even be going on.
Mm.
This conversation would not be going on if somebody said, "Oh, look at this dick pic Johnny just sent me," and they showed it. I'm like, "Ooh, that shit wouldn't even be going on."
I don't think Brian paid for the picture. I think Trademark sent Brian the picture because Brian was
No,
acting
he
like a
ain't pay
thirst trap.
for it. No, we ain't pay for it.
But see, this is the thing. Brian said, I'm not here for sex or nothing, all of this, but yet everything was geared towards sex. So the first thing that was a red flag, if I'm not mistaken, Trademark, was him asking, hey, what did you and Rico do? Because he
Right.
wanted those details.
Yeah,
And
he
then he
did
was
pay.
also
Right.
talking about, look like that thing gonna bust out. And so
Now
Brian
they
is
wasn't
giving,
doing
Brian
that.
was
Hold
giving,
up.
look, can I say something? Brian is giving very verse. He's giving very verse. Because let me tell you something, I don't want to see nothing pop out. That's giving very verse. I'm gonna leave that alone. Keep on,
Now
Trademark. It's
listen,
giving
let
very
me
verse.
say this too. He didn't exactly say those words, but he said something in that nature because that's the only reason why I sent it to him. I wouldn't just send him nothing like that. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That was the only. He said something in that nature, and
Mm,
he was talking about, yeah. I'm gonna tell him how he was talking about people. I said, let me tell you first of all, that was 5 years ago.
mm,
And second of all, so the fuck what? Don't we all talk about everybody?
mm,
And I used to say, don't we all talk about everybody?
mm.
And it wasn't even
Mm-mm-mm.
no, and it wasn't even talking about nobody like that. Whatever was the storyline for the week, we talked about that, and then I might say, "Oh, I don't like the way he said this about him, or he shouldn't have said it like that." And then it was more shit like that.
My God. Kimberell, can't you tell? Come on now. So what do you think about the Rico and ODS thing? I truly believe that Rico is telling the truth, but I think Rico hurts himself because the situation that he was in didn't look good. So you're going into a situation that's not looking good. And this is the problem that I have. This is now, before you came on, gay men, y'all looking predatory when y'all do this shit. If somebody needs help, go help them without any strings attached. When you put strings on things, then it start looking predatory. Go ahead, trademark. What do you think about that? Because I
Now,
do
I
think
already
that
said that.
Rico
I'm
needed.
not see down. That's the stuff. That's the type of things I don't do. I don't speak upon. That's their business. I listen to it. I have my opinion about it, but I always learned in my life that everything I think in my head, I don't need to say out loud.
But you have an opinion on it.
But did you hear what I just said? Every opinion that I think in my head, I don't need to say out loud.
Okay. All right,
Like this,
trademark.
put it like this. I sit and I listen just like y'all. I'm a type of person that I keep the focus on myself. Anytime I talk about something, I probably would have to be involved in it.
Well, how did you feel about being involved in the King Roman situation? Because you
Okay.
were implicated in a whole lot of stuff to the point
Right.
where people were saying that you stole somebody's credit card.
Right. Now, I remember when that happened. Let me tell you how that all happened. One day I was listening to Rodney, and
Mm-hmm.
he was talking about him and King Roman. Now, even though myself, I don't care for King Roman too tough.
Mm-hmm.
But I called Rico to say, "Wait, what's going on?" Then when he told me about the dog and all that type stuff, and because I don't really care for him, I was like, "Man, that's some fucked up shit he did." Just like everybody else said.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That's some
Mm-hmm.
fucked up shit he did. Now,
Mm-hmm.
the reason why I don't care for him too tough is because of that. And I remember I wanted to say something then because of you, because you're always saying shit. Remember that time we had the fashion show, and I was a no-show?
Mm-hmm.
Because I
Mm-hmm.
never forget it happened in November, and you had a Christmas thing, and I was going to join it. And you said, I don't know because I heard you don't show up. And I was like, damn, this motherfucker
Oh,
fucking.
I'm
I,
messy like that.
I
I'm a little shady like
but
that.
my
I'm
whole,
probably ooh,
but
that sounds just like me. That sounds just like me. Go
yeah.
ahead, trademark.
So I said to myself, I was like, damn, this motherfucker fucking my character up. And
Mm,
I want to tell you about that whole situation so you can hear my side of the story of that
mm-hmm.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
One day, I believe the girls had a fashion show.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, he was reviewing the show. So as he was reviewing the show, he was saying to us, hello?
I'm here. Go ahead.
Oh, when he was reviewing the show, he was like saying things like, he was saying things like, I think I should do something like this. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna get the guys in the beef section to do something. So I responded in the comment. I said, I can get with something like that. I hope you have a nude illusion challenge.
Mm,
Now, when I said that, now to me, I wasn't saying that I was going to do it.
mm-hmm.
But that's when people don't know you when you text shit because most of the things that I text down there, y'all always get it wrong. They never
Mm-hmm.
know. They'll never get it right. That's the only
Mm-hmm.
reason why I hit the panel because when that lady was talking about me and I like her, see Miss O,
Uh-huh.
I like her. I like black chocolate people.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh no, let me go up here. And then you thought I was talking to you. I said, let me go up here and hit this motherfucking panel because I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so he was like, I'm gonna have this little thing. So he was adding people names to the list. He was like, I'm gonna call this person, I'm gonna get James to do it, I'm gonna get this person to do it, I'm gonna get that person to do it. So I'm saying to myself, well, I'm sure when he get the date and everything together, because at this time Ronnie Q was having a reef car test. And he was trying to wait for that to be over. So I said, when he find out about it, he'll let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of him letting me know, I see a goddamn flyer.
Mm,
So when I see the flyer, I'm like, I say, damn, because I don't never check my Gmail. I said, let me check my mail. See, maybe he sent me something. Because on a for real, if I would have done it, I would have sent my own picture in.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had planned on wearing that motherfucking outfit he showed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That was a little jokey joke. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn. You see what I'm saying? And then I didn't feel that I had to say anything to him about it because the way it was handled. Then I got to remember people's ages. Because to me, if I said to you, hey, I'm thinking about having the Christmas tree contest, I don't know exactly when it's going to be, but I'm going to let you know. You're waiting for me to get with you with details.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
I didn't get no details. I just seen the flyer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I just took it upon myself not to say nothing about it because I was like, man, that's messy as shit. I don't do business like that. Just like when Dexter Kelly Love did an interview on me. I approved the flyer, the picture, what we was going to talk about, or whatever. I need to know the categories.
Mm-hmm.
Because after he told me those categories that they did, I wouldn't have done it.
Okay. So you're saying that, had you gotten the details and all the information, then it might have been a possibility, but you didn't get the details, and then all of a sudden you just saw your face or your image or what have you on a flyer.
And I remember the first flyer that came out, I think
Mm-hmm.
James Caldwell was on there, and James Caldwell had to say, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot. It was a couple people that was like got involved in it the way I did. But that wasn't even the big part about it. Is when he came on to talk about the people who ain't show up.
Mm-hmm.
Now I said to myself, I'm a quiet nigga. I don't say shit. If he don't say nothing about me, nobody gonna know. The first thing this nigga said, you know what? In trademark, he ain't show up. But the way me and Rico share his videos, I'm like, you punk motherfucker. I even said something like that in the chat, like, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you're going to sit up there and say the way, and Rico ain't had shit to do with shit.
Mm-hmm.
Rico didn't even know he said this shit.
Mm-hmm.
The way me and Rico share your videos, nigga, I ain't never asked you share shit of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I make my cooking video, the first thing I say, thank you to all the people who shared and liked my video. I thank you. But for you to throw some shit up on my face like that, and I'm going to tell you another fucking reason why I don't like his ass. Every time I would go on this panel, he would say to me, Trademark, I seen you down Lexington Market today. I seen you downtown on the bus stop today. So I said to him, well, the next time you see me, say hello. So one day we happened to see each other.
My God.
Now, mind you, I saw him before he saw me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I seen him, I thought he was somewhere. I kept saying I know this nigga from somewhere, but I thought I knew him from back in the day in the club.
Mm-hmm.
But when he got up close on me and he smiled, I knew it was him.
Okay.
So we had a basic conversation. I'm coming, section. We had a basic conversation of, hey, what's up? How you doing? Now, I'm glad I finally got to meet you. All right, where you on your way to? I'm ready to go up there. All right, yo, I'm waiting on my bus. I got on my bus and went home.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, I actually listened to him in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I always would say good morning. And then he says, hey, Trademark.
I'm listening. What happened, Trademark? What happened? Baby, Trademark is having some technical difficulties. King Roman is in the chat. Hey, King Roman, what's going on? It's a lot going on, King Roman. It's a lot going on.
But look. So
go
check
ahead.
this out.
Yeah, okay. So your mic went out. So you said, well, because your mic went out. Go ahead.
So anyway, did you hear the part when I said we met each other?
Yes.
So anyway, we meet each other. So the next day, he had his little panel and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I spoke to him and shit. He said, hey, Trademark, hey. He said, Trademark, no shade. And I'm like, why the fuck he saying no shade? He can raise shade the shit out of me. He said, no shade. Now he turned the conversation over to his audience. He was like, y'all, I seen Trademark downtown, and this shocked me. He was such a gentleman. I was like, Where that come from? Like, why would you have to say no shade? But you met me, and I was a gentleman in the way I spoke. I know where it came from because what you was expecting from me, because I call myself trademark, you was expecting because I know you wasn't expecting me to act like no girl when you met me. You was more so looking for, yeah, what's up, my nigga, my nigga, my nigga, my nigga, my nigga. I'm a grown ass 55-year-old man with fucking 5 children and a grandkid. I don't do that shit. Hello?
I'm here. I'm listening. I'm
Oh,
listening. I
right. I
always get
don't do.
accused
I
of
don't. You know.
interrupting, baby. I'm letting
And
you
what's
talk.
and I'm like looking at. I'm looking at it like this. If if I was such a gentleman, why you just couldn't say, "Hey, yo, I seen Trademark downtown. He is a cool dude. He a gentleman. He cool." You had to say no shade. So once you said no shade, you were shading me from the beginning.
Mhm.
You were shading me from the beginning. You want to say no shade and then tell your audience I was a gentleman. And I'm like, what's shady about that? So that means you wasn't expecting me to act like that. And I know you wasn't expecting me to act like a bitch because one time before he threw a little light shade at me when they was talking about butch queens. I was on this panel and I said, they used to call me Trade when I was a teenager. But once I got into the club, they told me I was a butch queen. It's all good with me because I don't have to accept what nobody say because I ain't nobody queen. My mother don't want to hear me coming to the house saying I'm a queen. I never accept that for myself. But if you say it, I'm not mad
Okay.
because it goes
Wow.
because it goes with the territory.
Okay.
You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? Now I will fight you back in the day when I was 19 if you said it.
Mm-hmm.
But it goes with the fucking territory. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So he said, yeah, because he a butch. He said, because Trademark, he a butch queen. He said, now I ain't going to lie. When I
Okay.
see
So
Trademark,
trademark is King Roman a butch queen. What did you get when you met him? What was your persona of him? Was he what you thought he would be when you met him? I'm sure you saw him before you
now
met him.
I always say it like this, and I'm keeping this shit 100.
Mm-hmm.
If you call me a butch queen and he say he a butch queen, your card need to be revoked.
So what would you call him?
A queen.
Interesting. Okay.
Like to me, just like in my eyes, if he don't see me as trade, I don't see him as no fucking butch queen. Butch queen where? I sit up there
Mm-hmm.
and I was ready to say, now when you see me out in the street, you see me in real life. And when you see me
Interesting.
in real life, you don't think you say I act like a man.
Mhm. You said
Now
he
just
had a nice smile. So I mean, you said he smiled. Did he have a nice smile? I mean,
like
was
now,
he?
see, I ain't going on into all that shit to make joking. That would have me to start cracking on him. I don't do all that cracking. I ain't into that
No,
type of
I
shit.
just asked you about his smile. Did he have a nice
No,
smile? You said he smiled.
no. I actually expect that from you. So you're not the same way when y'all was saying like Rico did me wrong. I knew Rico was going to say something about what we talked about when he said my connections in Baltimore. Now, see, I knew that King Roman knew he was talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
King Roman should have known he was talking about me, or I
Mm-hmm.
thought I could be wrong, but I thought he was. I
Mm-hmm.
said he knew he talking about me. And just like you said, I'm too goddamn grown. I love my
Mm-hmm.
children too much to steal somebody's credit card. I ain't give a fuck about it because first of all, I couldn't do it if I wanted to do it. I wouldn't do
Mm-hmm.
it. Like I don't do shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they was talking about. They was calling my job. That's my fucking summer job. I work on the weekend sometime. And then the summertime to get extra money when school out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, like I said, I'm just asking questions. At the end of the day, I live in Texas. I don't live in Baltimore.
Right, no, but it's all good, and it's like I'm not into talking about nobody personally, like how he was talking about my kids. Like nigga, you don't know my kids. I have 5 successful kids. I got 4 motherfucking college graduates, and they do something with their degrees. They all work in their field.
Okay.
And I
Well,
was a
like,
fuck. And check this out. And I was a single parent. Raised my
okay.
kids, and I raised my kids all by myself. So I don't even listen to that because my self-esteem is so high. When you say shit like, I'll be like, he don't know me because he wouldn't say that about me if he knew me.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's all for entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's all for entertainment. That's why I be in the bed laughing at y'all asses.
Well, it's entertainment for me. I come here for my coin. I'm not emotionally attached to folk. I don't do crazy stuff. I don't have time for it. But I do think it's interesting, though, that people are meeting people behind the scenes or trying to initiate a meetup behind the scenes.
I
I really do think it's interesting that somebody tried to throw you under the bus, but yet hearing you talk, they were trying to get with you. And again, you're sending pics to them and they getting all excited about it. And they trying to act like that you was a whole thirst trap. I
man,
mean, from what you telling me.
check this out. And look, check this out. I know you feel my energy. Because I remember
Mm-hmm.
one time when the little Rico stuff was going on, every time I would come to your chat, I remember that people in the chat would say things to me like, hey, your subscriber count will go up if you tell us the story and all this. And I remember one time you said, he ain't telling them, he ain't like that, y'all.
Well, some of us are not, and some of us don't have anything to prove to anybody. However, I am going to say, and this is me, and I'm not talking about you. This is me. If Rico were to break down 2 blocks from my house, I would not meet with Rico. I would get somebody to help him because it seems like everybody who deals with Rico, there's a story afterwards, or there's
Look,
something
let me tell
afterwards,
you my
and it
story.
seems like that.
I,
Now, that's me. That's me personally. Go
but
ahead.
check this out now. I think now I do believe you saying this after all the riffraff and stuff that you heard. Cause
Mm-mm, I said it,
it's a
period.
bit
But look, trademark. All you got to do is look at the evidence.
right.
Mr.
That's what I
Raymond,
said. That's
King
the
Roman,
riffraff you heard.
Chocolate Bay, all of these people. And
And I
my thing
remember you
is,
always used to say me. You used to always say, Mark, you want to, and it never happened. And let me tell you the whole story behind that. I remember when the whole ODS shit happened, and I never forget. They was all on the panels and shit talking, and I used to always say, "Man, they do Rico wrong as shit." I said, "I'm gonna show Rico a good motherfucking time, and we gonna have fucking fun, cause I'm a fun nigga." Because if
mhm,
you know now, I don't know what happened to King Roman. I don't even know if he really from Baltimore.
I don't know if he's from Baltimore or not, but I know that that's where he
And I
resides now.
always say, because see, Baltimore niggas, we don't run our mouth. We don't tell.
Uh-huh.
We don't do that type shit. And I
Mhm.
remember I used to hear them saying all that type shit, and I would say to myself, I'm gonna show that brother a good time, and we just became cool.
Okay.
And we just became cool. Now, if I was kind of mad with him when he said the shit about the credit card, but everybody got a friend or a family member that say some shit they shouldn't say. That don't mean I ain't gonna stop loving him, but I called him up and say, Rico, I think you need to correct that shit now. Come on, man.
But he
And he
don't have
did.
emotional intelligence. And see,
Right,
that's the
that's what
problem that I have with Rico. Because again, it's not because I don't like Rico, but Rico does shit and Rico wants to be a part of the shit. But then when somebody claps back on Rico, Rico wants to cry. And then Rico wants to take his channel off and da 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 da. But see, Rico dishes and doles stuff out. But when shit comes out and pops off at Rico, then Rico wants to cry about it. And see, that's the problem that I have with Rico. Even with me, he swears that I saw him somewhere, and I'm like, nigga, I don't know you. I mean, and again, the time frame don't even line up. So Rico is problematic. And see, this is the thing, trademark, and this is why I'm kind of a little surprised with you as an older man, these bitches will throw you under the bus. You hear me? They will throw you under the bus if they got to get back with somebody. And for the mere fact that Rico would even say some shit like that to put you in jeopardy, to even put you in that situation, I got a problem with that because it tells me you don't give a shit about nobody when you are upset and mad. And see, that's when people get in trouble. That's when shit starts popping off. And he doesn't have emotional intelligence. And my thing is trademark. When you think when you think YouTube is real, and when YouTube is real to you, and you have intertwined that shit with your life, it becomes a problem. And somebody has to talk him down to say, hey, dude, this is not real life. Now, it can be your life because you make it your life, but you better learn how to separate your entertainment from your real life. And
now,
that's a problem.
now I hear you on that, and I totally agree with what you're saying. But I gotta put it to you like this. First of all, Rico ain't problematic for me. I
Okay.
keep keeping the focus on myself. They
Let
I
me say
you
this. Let me say this. You know how to handle it, but he's problematic for you because he put you in some shit to make you look like you are unsavory and that you would give him information. And even though you don't think so, I think that's a problem. I think that's a problem.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I think that's a problem, trademark. And it's
No,
no slight to Rico, but I think that's a problem.
no, check that out, and I hear you because I got family members that say shit out their mouth that make me say, "Girl, why the fuck you say that out your mouth?" Now, I didn't stop loving her because of that. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
anything, I ain't stopped loving you because of that. But my whole thing is, all right, you apologize to me in order for real, because I know you. Because remember, anything I say out my mouth or anything that I do, I think about it first, and I think about the consequences and things like that. So I ain't gonna say no off the wall shit. But when he said that shit, Rico was losing the fight at the time. And he started swinging. That's how I look at it. And he came out with that. And when he first said it, I started laughing. And I said, "Well, I didn't say it." Well, it ain't true. It actually is not even possible to happen with the type of equipment that we had. So once I got that in my mind that nothing was going to happen to me, that's when I called Rico and said, "Man, correct that shit." And that's when he said, "Yeah, I got you." And he did it. And we back good again. It's the same way y'all forgive each other in the beef sector. Y'all fussing, then y'all forgive each other, then y'all
So I'm
fussing, then
about
y'all forgive
business,
each other.
trademark. See, I'm about business. I'm about business. I don't have, I can call Rebel, but Rebel will tell you, I rarely call Rebel. I'm about business. I'm about business. And I know that seems sad, but I am very sanitized to the beef sector. I stand on business. This is why I looked at Castro Cannon with the side eye. I'm like, I don't need to send you to Tennessee if I want to get with you. Bitch, I could get a gas station and do that because that's what you give me. But my thing is, don't sit here and lie about something. And I had to get you straight because it's about business. It's about business with me. I don't want to carouse with you. I don't want to see your appendages. I don't want to see none of that shit. It's about business because I know these hoes over here. You tell them one thing. I'm serious. I don't play that crap. I'm about business. I keep it business. I keep it subcontractor. I don't want to know your personal. I mean, Vivian will tell you, I don't want to know your personal shit. But that's me. Go ahead.
Like, but I would get ready to say, like, I know you all about your business and all this. I've been watching you for the long. Hey, check this out, and I ain't being smart. Now, I remember when I first ever saw you, because how I really got to know all y'all was I used to watch James and Andre, I mean Alexander and them. 'Cause I used to watch. They used to do RuPaul Drag Race, and they used to do
Mm-hmm.
all those shows. And then y'all started coming down my timeline. Now, I never forget when I first saw you, and you were talking, and then you said something to me. You said something to say that to insinuate that you was a straight man. Do you watch RuPaul Drag Race?
Yeah, I watch RuPaul Drag Race. I mean, I
And you
don't
know
watch it
my
anymore, but I watched it. Yeah.
you probably watched it back in the day when what's her name? Mariah was on there.
Mm-hmm.
When she was on there, and I remember when she was in the confessionals, and she said, "Child, get my purse." And that's what when you was telling you was straight, and that's what I had said. I was like, "That nigga ain't straight."
I never said I was straight. I
No,
just
I
didn't leave. Yeah,
no
I just didn't feel that I needed to lead with my sexuality.
no.
And again,
no. I feel you. I'm the same
yeah,
way.
I
But
understand.
you no, you said something to insinuate, and I wasn't like. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't say a lot of things because when you say some things are just all in fun. Everything far as with me don't need a cussing out. You'll understand me more if you talk to me because
Mm-hmm.
every time I say something in the chat, it always get fucked up. It always get messed up. And on the
Well,
for
let me
real,
say
I'm
something, y'all. Let me
yeah.
say, hold on for a minute, trademark. No one can shade me. First of all, I know who I am. I've been in this world long enough to know it is what it is. And yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I never insinuated anything, but my thing is I didn't need to lead with sexuality. And
Well,
it's really interesting that then when you be who you are, folk, they want you to put it back in the closet. I think that's very interesting. That's why I tell people, baby, be who you are, because people are never going to be satisfied with you. They're
damn.
never going to like who you are. You got to know who you are. So again, I code switch very well. I code switch. Black people have learned how to code switch. I code switch very well. So I can be the zestiest person, and then I can give you straight. Okay, I don't know, because again, that's what we do. But it is what it is. Who is this? Oh, this is trademark again.
No,
Okay,
no,
so that's all
somebody
I'm saying.
fucking calling
And
me.
let me say this, you all. Let me say this. I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm very neutral on this. The biggest thing is, and let me tell you how this happened this morning. Somebody said that Brian said Trademark sent a photo of him shooting his feet on the ground.
I
So it
probably have.
seems like that he was trying to entice Brian with that, and Brian was talking about that. So Trademark said, no, it wasn't that way. And let me tell you how it happened. So that's what is going on. Yeah. So it is
But
what it is.
I'm telling you, that's what happened. And like I said, I'm not on here to call nobody no names, especially like Brian, because on the for real, I look at Brian like he's ill. I'm on some for real. All that little the things that Brian and you forgetting stuff and getting into. I always had my own thoughts. I never thought what y'all thought. And where I always just look at it and be like, he talking about my family. No, I don't do that type of shit. I ain't talking nothing about King Roman. I'm only telling you what happened. That's all. I
Well,
ain't
I just
talking
think
about.
it's interesting.
I'm not
And
gonna
y'all,
talk
let me say this.
about it.
Trademark really rarely clicks a link.
This is my
Trademark
first
does
time
not
ever
click links.
clicking the link. This is my
Yeah.
very first time ever
But
clicking
I'm
the
gonna
link.
say this, baby, you gonna be compared with Malik, because I swear you and Malik sound just alike. If you would have come on and say I'm Brooke's husband, I would have not known the difference. You and Malik sound just alike. Now, Malik, I'm not calling you gay, because you know that's where Malik will go. But you and Malik sound just alike. Everybody, I noticed that at the beginning.
I didn't look at it. Put it like this.
King Roman said, "Move around, Butch Queen."
I
So I
don't
don't.
think I don't think that he would look at it like he's gay because even guys with gay people, we got that same lingo. It's just our lingo, the way we talk.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
even actually put
Well,
something out there.
Baltimore has a lot of things. Baltimore is a cornucopia of gayness. You have this, baby. Baltimore and DC is a whole spectrum. So, yeah, I've been to Baltimore. It's a whole spectrum. So it's really interesting. But so trademark. You click the link, so you know that it's going to be a lot of. I guess you did set the street on fire.
No,
So it's
no,
going to
that's
be
what
a.
it is like this. I'm here to give you a storyline. Like
Mm,
as far as like people personally talking about
oh
me,
Lord. So
I think
King Woman said Malik don't got a lisp. Oh Jesus.
but it's like far as somebody talking about me, like that ain't no fucking issue. That's like no problem with nobody talking about me or no shit like that. Because I think like when you be saying talking about how highly you think of yourself, I don't give a fuck what these people think about me.
Yeah. Can I say something? When I say that Baltimore is on the spectrum, far as this, Atlanta is on the spectrum. New York, anytime you have a high concentration of black people, you're going to have a more concentrated group of black gay men. So if you go to a place like Corpus Christi, Texas, you're not going to see too many of us. But when you have a high concentration of African American men and they're gay, you're going to have people who are uber feminine to somebody who is uber masculine, because they have a big spectrum. So Baltimore is not catching any strays. Notice I said Baltimore, DC, but let me go farther. Philadelphia, Atlanta, Houston, Memphis, Tennessee, any place that you have a lot of black people, urban area, you're going to have a lot of gay black men on the spectrum. And again, that's what I think. So again, Baltimore is not catching any strays. I'm just giving you all what I think about the city, having traveled to those cities as well.
Yeah, I
So
know that.
Roman, give me a
On
call on your
for real,
devices.
all the gays in
Wait,
Baltimore, they don't give a
Roman, give me
fuck.
all your devices. Okay. Child. But let me say this. So so trademark, how mm, overall, what was your angle or what was your agenda for coming up today and clicking the link when you rarely, if ever, click a link?
Because I didn't like the way and I didn't really Mrs. I didn't like the way she was talking about me, saying that I come off as a kind guy. I am a kind guy. Like, why don't you think that I'm kind? You just going by the shit that you hear and you running with it. But at the end of the day, I know it's the beef sector. and you and I let you run with it, but I'm not going to let you fuck with my character.
But this is
And
the
like,
thing. I think when you came on, because let me say this. Let me tell you what I was thinking. I'm like, Trademark is very quiet. I really don't hear a lot from him. I remember your old videos and what you used to do, but I'm like, damn, he dealing with these dudes on that level. Oh my God, don't he know that these dudes will, I'm like, so is he doing this in the third? And so until you came up, I'm like, because you only have that side of the story. So you don't get the other half of the story. Now hearing the other half of the story, it kind of makes sense and connects. So I understand now, but yeah,
and
and you
if
know how to,
people are,
and you've been here long enough to know what the beef sector gives.
right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But no,
Mhm.
but this time I thought I needed to come up and say something. I
Okay.
felt as though because it was really messing with my character, and then I'm saying that I go through it a lot with a lot of people. I don't
Mhm.
go through it with a lot of people. Y'all made that. That's why I said y'all need a new storyline. That's why I said let me go up here and feed y'all a little
But what
something,
you
something.
said is Brian is a whole thirst trap, and even though he said he was just coming up here and he didn't want no sex or nothing, he just wanted to just chill out. But everything was geared towards that. Everything was like this and the third. And then when you sent him that picture, it intensified even more. That's what
I
I'm
said
gathering from that.
right. That's why I was going to say like all that type stuff is like I haven't like only person I ever reached out to on here was Rico. That's the only
Mm-hmm.
person I ever reached out to him, and I was like, brother, hey, I know you be going through a lot of shit. We can go hang out and blah blah blah, and that's what the fuck we did. The same,
But
and look, check
Trademark
this
though, let
out.
me say this too. Let me say
Yeah.
this though. You gotta realize though, and even though you all may not have done anything, well, I don't know. And like I said, you said it's none of our business, and I get it, and I got that. But you got to realize that when ODS, according to him, asked to see his penis, and he just so casually flops it out. And then King Roman said he was even trying to show his peen to his friends, and I
Now,
mean
okay,
that's
now
problematic.
I'll give you my opinion on that one right there.
Okay.
I'll give you my now. See, this is what I think. Now, I'm a realistic dude. Now, when I talk out real. This is what me being realistic is.
Okay.
So 9 times out of 10, if they all went to go hang out, how the fuck did his friends know that he had a big dick? Who told them?
Okay.
Who
But
told
this
them?
is on the flip side. Even if he told him, but this is the thing. I get that, but just because somebody knows it, you don't have to show it. And I think that people are
That's
so
none of
used
my
to that.
business. See, that part is none of my business. For
Okay,
real, for real. And I'm being totally honest. That's
I
none of my
got you.
business. If he showed it, that ain't none of my business because I might pull my motherfucking dingling out.
Okay,
You see what I'm saying? I might. That's
okay.
what I'm saying. So that part of it, that's to me, that's not
But let
no
me say this,
biggie.
it seems very easy. It doesn't seem like it's a challenge. And it seems like if you want to take advantage of the situation, you can. For the mere fact somebody asked to see your peen and then allegedly they slurping all on it on the side of a highway, it says much about you than the person who was sucking on your dick. And so when you're dealing with that kind of person there, it seems like they giving it away. It's almost like a clearance sale. And it's like, well, damn.
Well,
So I'm just
like
saying.
I said, as far as on that part is, like I said, they ain't none of that's none of my business. Like just because I know that it happened, I don't judge. I'm
Well,
not.
all I'm gonna
I
say
don't.
is this, Trademark, and I don't want you to cuss me out, but if those people are not that close to him and you close to him like that, boy, I tell you, because again, if you can do that some with some strangers, Lord hell knows what you can do with somebody you known for a long time.
Okay.
I'll go on mute.
All right. Okay. And this is how much I think. Now we both are gay men. We done both went out to the club. We done both met motherfuckers on apps. Casual sex is fucking high amongst the gay population. Motherfuckers will meet somebody on the goddamn dance floor. They will meet you on the dance floor and y'all go home and fuck.
Well,
It,
straight people do that as well. So don't put that on gay
like
people.
no,
And the
oh
bottom
no,
line
no,
is
no.
straight people get pregnant. But okay, move on.
I would get ready to say a lot of
Okay.
everybody do that, but that's what I'm saying. That's why it's not a biggie thing to me. I don't went to the motherfucking clubs. I don't went to the club one day and seen somebody and took them home and fucked. I've done that before. I'm quite
Mhm.
sure if you want to tell the truth or tell your business, I'm quite sure you've done that before. So that's why things like that Don't like shit like that. Don't phase me. That's what y'all get off of here. See, I always bring it back to real life. I say in real life, like that's
Mhm.
kind of normal.
You know what? It's not all Rico, but I think when you've groomed that way or you expect that from people because that's what people give you and that's what people have presented to you, then you get it's so easy to do. And I
Check
think
this
it's
out. Now
easy
we
to do.
all
I'm
check
not
this
saying
out.
that Rico is a bad person, but when that's what you do and that's the expectation,
Now,
it's like women, it's like men always thinking that blonde women are stupid and da 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 da. So they treat them that way. And then some people to get ahead will do certain things. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not
that's
saying
that's
that
that's
anybody's
the
bad.
oldest profession in the world. Now, I'm not saying this happened. I mean, I'm only going by the story. It could have been like this. Now, Rico always said that he was an escort. He then came, the boy then came and picked him up. Now, I'm quite sure if he
Somebody said,
never,
hold on. Somebody said, why do straight people always got? Because I want to make the comparison that people are people, and regardless of what your sexual orientation is or who you are, folk do it. So I don't want to just focus straight on gay people because that's what people do. So when I say straight people, I'm making a comparison. And if I'm making a comparison, if you ain't doing it, why the hell you getting so mad? That's
now this,
all. Let's move
now this,
on.
now this, that now after hearing the story, now I do believe that if ODS never asked Rico to pull it out, he wouldn't have pulled it out.
Let me
That,
tell you something. Hold on. Let me tell you something, Johnny. If you don't like what I'm talking about, dismiss your ass. Dismiss your ass because I'm tired of you. You're not going to tell me what the hell I'm going to talk about. Again, I am who I am. Fuck you. And if you don't like, let me say this. I'm gonna just get your ass out right now. All right? Because it seems like you got a problem with that. So I'm gonna help you because this ain't the season. Baby, I'm making reductions, honey. I'm like Amazon. We're doing some restructuring. Okay, we're right sizing. Some of y'all are gonna be out hoes. All right, go ahead. I was about to say Malik. Go ahead, trademark. Go ahead.
no, I was just saying if he probably never asked him, Rico probably wouldn't pull it out. Now, I'm only talking about what I believe. He probably wouldn't have pulled it out. But since he asked him, he was giving him a ride. Sometimes you, like how I told you, I sent that picture of Brian.
Mm-hmm.
You said that's some good faith. And then when he said he was giving him some head, he said he didn't like it. He told him stop, and he jerked off, got that shit over with. And he went home. Like that's what I'm saying. I just don't see it like that, and I believe in real life. If we was like in real life, we wouldn't be talking about this shit in real life.
So Kimmy said, so is trademark saying that older gay men still engage in high risk behavior? That's a generation, and that's not true. Well, I don't know, Miss Kimmy, because Mr. Raymond is older than us, and he was eating Rico's groceries.
Look, check this.
Let me say this:
Can I?
I don't put anything past anybody. I think it's an individual thing. This is
Look,
why I don't say everybody, because everybody doesn't do X, Y, Z. Everybody doesn't do that, but some people do. And some older people are hunching, even in the senior citizen home, because the highest STD rates is at them nursing homes and them assisted living homes, them old people hunching. They hunching. So therefore, even with they hunching in the senior citizen assisted living places. I
and
have
look,
a friend and she's a
look,
nurse and they hunching. Honey, they hunching. Go ahead.
check this out. Now she asked me about. I'm like, I'm not practicing. Pretty much in a nutshell, what she asked me, saying that I'm not practicing safe sex. Now here go the hit. I never mentioned anything about that. You just started that fucking narrative. See, like shit like that. I don't pay shit like that no motherfucking attention. You just made that shit up, or you retarded? You made that up. I ain't say shit about that at all. Nothing about that at all. Y'all trying to run with that shit. Now me and you know that in real life, 3 out of every 5 black men are HIV positive. Now I'm not HIV positive. But 3 out of every 5 black males are HIV positive. Now,
Well,
when we
and not
talk,
only that, but black women who are straight are the highest rates now,
now
including with
the only
straight
reason
women.
why
And
I'm
I
not,
bring that out because again, folk hunching, folk hunching. But go
how many
ahead.
people that mean?
I dropped the link.
The only reason why I'm not talking about the ladies because I'm talking about the niggas. Right?
I got you, but I want to make sure, y'all. I'm always gonna draw comparisons
Yes, sir.
because, again, I draw comparisons, and I know people don't like that. And I'm sorry if you don't like the comparisons drawn, then don't come on here because I'm gonna draw those comparisons. Because sometimes, we allow people to do stuff, and now everybody has a responsibility. Okay, go ahead.
In the gay community, I know a lot of motherfuckers who are not HIV positive that's dating someone that is HIV positive because so many motherfuckers got that shit. You ain't got no choice. And then thank God that shit like not like it is in the 80s and 90s. Now I know they always talk about PrEP. Now I look at PrEP like birth control pills. When birth control pills came out, you took them for one reason, so your ass wouldn't get pregnant. Now, mama knew that, in the 70s, that's when your VDs and shit was on the rise and shit. Then your gonorrheas and your syphilis and all that. But mama just didn't want you to bring no baby home.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like with HIV. We're on PrEP because the fuck we don't want HIV.
Okay, what's up,
And
Kimmy?
yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
Oh,
Kimmy.
hey, Jay Wilson.
Hey.
And okay, good morning, and good morning to the audience. Let me be clear about something. First of all, I never made up any storyline. I asked a specific question because you made a generalization. So I never said anything other than to clarify what you were saying. So for you to go way off on this tangent, sir, and to start attacking was completely and wholly unnecessary. You and your fucking list, bitch. Fuck you, hoe. We sitting up here trying to parse out between your lisp and your babble. What the fuck are you talking about? So how dare you attack me in that way? Fuck you. Okay? If you don't want people's opinion, then you shouldn't have come on Jay Wilson's link. Pastor, thank you so much. God bless you and have a wonderful day.
Okay. All right. That was Kimmy. All right.
the only thing I got to say, like I said, I don't need to argue with bitches. All that shit she talking about, that shit went through one ear and out the other. On the for real, she talking about my list. I didn't see your motherfucking camera slips.
Oh,
I didn't see it. Like I said, I've been
what
around.
did you see? What did you see?
You know what I saw.
I
You know
don't.
what I. You know what I saw because you
Uh,
talked about it. Because check this out. Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have knew about it.
what
But
camera slip did? Well, please let me know. What camera slip?
but anyway, check this out. I ain't even like getting all into that shit for real, because we was talking about something else. I,
Okay.
I'm not. Check this out. I'm not on here to argue with no motherfucking bitches. I'm
Mm.
not here to argue with them. She
Well,
said,
let
"No,
me
check
get to
this
the
out.
let me get.
Please let me finish, please, sir." She
Okay,
said,
trademark. Come on, go ahead, because I got to be somewhere at 10. But go ahead.
"Okay." She say I got a list. Yeah, I do. And if you don't understand what the fuck I'm saying, get the fuck off. Just the same way I ain't gotta listen to you or answer to you, the same way you ain't gotta fucking listen to me. On the for real. And I ain't even gonna fucking disrespect you. But on the for real, I pays that shit no motherfucking attention at all. I pay that shit no motherfucking attention. Now go ahead. What you want to say, sir?
Well, I was just saying to get back to the issue at hand. The reason why Trademark clicked the link in the beginning is because of the misinformation he felt that was going on around Brian in that situation with Brian. Obviously, Brian was on somebody's link saying that Trademark sent him a picture or something with seed on the ground, and to pretty much say that Trademark was trying to get with him. And so Trademark is giving his side of that particular story. And of course, some other stuff has come in with that. And so it's really interesting. So let me say this, y'all. This is the beef sector. And who we like, who we don't like, we don't like. And I get that. I get that because trademark, it's going to be on and popping. People are going to be on and talking about XYZ and so on and so forth. But I'm going to say this, trademark, and all of this, just know that like I said, I don't pay any people any mind. It's about a coin to me. I don't know, folk don't pay my mortgage. I move on. It's gonna be what it is. So go ahead.
Look, check this out, right? Somebody who I talked to on Instagram, and we was talking about the beef sector. And you know what I said to that person? I said they need some new fucking storyline or some new story runners because this shit ain't coming. This shit ain't happening. So I guess somebody talked to my agent and said they wanted to give me a storyline and see if I wanted to take this for a couple of days or whatever. And that's I said, yeah. That's how I look at it.
Let me say something too. Now I'm going to be very clear. When people come at you, and this is for all content creators, if we going to be old beef sector, come back with words. Come back with words. Because I think it's real punkish to take shit off of YouTube and do stuff. Come back with words. And also know that what you dole out and what you get, don't cry about it. Don't cry about it. Because, again, this is the problem I have with Rico. Rico likes to do a lot of shit. But then when the shit happens to him, then I'm leaving, or y'all done did to me, and y'all hating Rico and everything, but Rico done did shit to people. And then when people clap back, then Rico want to cry about it. No, take that shit like a man and a woman and stand in your shit. Stop crying. Stop crying. So when people come after you, when you do shit, don't cry about it. Be creative. Come up with something. But don't be taking shit off of YouTube and doing foolish shit. Because that's some weak shit. And I'm just being real with that. And that's the problem that I do have with Rico, because Rico talks a lot of mess, but then when somebody claps back on Rico, it's a whole cry fest. It's a whole cry session. And y'all don't like me. And then he always want to throw his status in. The bitch ain't even think about his status. But again, you throw that out there. So when you dole that stuff out, be ready to take it. Period. All right, go ahead. I just wanted to say that because people do that kind of stuff. And then when you say something about them, they're about to lose their mind. So go ahead, Trademark. What's your last few words before I have to get ready and leave on out of here?
Like I said, I only came on here to give my side of the story, and really it was because of Miss what's her name, Miss Theo.
Miss O.
Yeah, it was really because of what she said about me, and I think she a cool person and all this type of stuff. And for her to like make these accusations about me that I'm nice, not a nice guy, what's my angle and all that type of stuff, and I just needed to let her know that I don't have an angle, and I wanted to address that whole Brian situation because on the for real, I even heard you say. Now, oh, is that why Mark mad with Brian? You know Brian mad with me. You
Well,
know
I don't know. Let me say this because I really didn't know. Now I've seen in a couple of the comments that you made, I'm like, well, what the hell? He ignorant, and I'm like, well, damn.
well, like I
So
said,
now when I hear Brian say this, then
well,
of course
Brian
I'm gonna equate the two and say, well, damn, is this why it is?
no,
So of
Brian
course,
raised it with me when we was on Honest Road Channel, and you was getting on him about all that stuff about the hospital. I agreed with you about something, and that's when he started talking about me. Once
okay.
you realized that he started talking about me, anytime I was in your chat and he was on there, that's why I even said to you yesterday, I said, Jay Wilson, you're a mess. Highlight my thing up there so Brian can see it, knowing damn well he was going to say something. Because what you say, he emotionally, what's that word you said it is?
He's not emotionally intelligent.
Right, that's because you know he's not like that, and you playing on that. And I remember one time I was on Sir King, and Sir King said, "You know what, Trademark? Jay Wilson don't never talk to you or get on you like he do Brian and Castro and Tommy." And I was like, I was kind of insulted because like, what the fuck you trying to like? I'm a fool or something? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I ain't no type of motherfucker.
You know what though? You mentioned Sir King, and see that's right there. You got to see the angle with that. But maybe I don't mention you because you ain't clicking my link, or maybe I'm not mentioning
Right,
you because you're not putting your business out. So
right,
there's a reason why people get mentioned.
right. So my whole thing about that is like they saying all this little stuff and all, but like I ain't the type that would like say anything or anything like that. So my last
And I mean, people don't understand at the beginning when you came on. I talked about you. I talked about you in the bathtub and all of that stuff, and I mentioned that. But like I said, it was here and there, and that was at the beginning of the beef sector. So some people don't know history, and some people need to go back in the archives and see what's going on.
And I remember even when I first ever heard the stomp down is when one time Rico came here to Baltimore and we had took a picture down Lexington Market and Rico posted it. and Stomp Down said he'd just hang with anybody. I ain't
Mm,
say I didn't say anything because, like I said, if he knew me, he wouldn't say that about me.
okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Well,
So I left it alone. But Stomp Down tried me a couple times. He even made a video because they told me about it on Instagram. He made some video saying that somebody stole Rico MacBook, and it's between me and some other people. And I'm like, Rico live in motherfucking New York. You just chasing dreams. So I wouldn't even listen to no foolishness like that because untrue reads ain't good reads to me. Like when you say shit like, go ahead with your dirty self. I ain't dirty. You know what I mean? I know you just saying that shit because your audience might think that's funny of you to say that. But I'm not dirty, or I'm not this, or I'm not that. You know, so I don't listen to it like nobody say about me.
okay.
It,
Well, look, y'all, I gotta go. Trademark. Thank you for clicking up on the link, man. I hope we had a good conversation. I hope you
yeah,
felt
it's all good.
respected. And I appreciate you clicking on. I'm glad that you told your side of the story because we didn't know. We only heard one part. And I only just found out about it because somebody brought it to my attention. And so now you're bringing it to the attention. And I'm sure there'll be a response and a rebuttal. Is it waking up the street? Yeah, I guess it is what it is. And thank you for allowing me to hear from you because Trademark don't click people links. So I appreciate you for clicking my link, Trademark. And it is what it is. So get ready because folk already say they're getting ready to drag you, but you know it comes with the territory.
Yeah.
And being messy and asking messy questions come with the territory. All the content creators do it, but it is what it is. And I am ready to stand in what I did because I don't apologize for it. It's about business. I don't know you. We ain't emotionally connected. I don't sleep with you. I don't pay your rent, your mortgage, or your car payment. We are subcontractors. You'll love me one minute, hate me the next minute, stab me in my throat. We know how this works, but y'all have a Merry Christmas. And do not forget that the banner competition is going to be on the 1st. Your last day to get your banner in is the 26th. The pot is at $1,776 right now. And with this story, y'all need to go ahead and up that up, okay? Because y'all got it here first. Y'all heard from Trademark here first. All right. So up that thing up. And also Jaycation will be announced January 1st. So I would like to thank Trademark again for coming on here. I don't care what nobody say. He do sound like Malik. That Baltimore accent runs deep. It runs deep, baby. So I just wanted to say that. Anything else, Trademark, before I close it out?
No, it's all good. I'll talk to you.
All right. Y'all have a good one. Peace and love. And bye. I'll talk to y'all later.